Shamai, Little Rachel's Rambles today, where I'm going to talk about the state of ukulele festivals in the UK for 2025. And of course, this is my first year out of the classroom, so this has been my first proper year going to as many festivals as I could. Right, before we get on to that, just a couple of little updates really. I'm going to be doing a live stream here on Ukulele Wales very, very soon. I've got a few ideas, but if you've got any topics you want me to cover in particular or any questions you want me to answer, leave a comment below, please. And I know there haven't been many lessons and tutorials recently. I'm actually in the middle of writing a completely new method for bass for beginners, okay? So you're just going to have to sit tight and wait for that. But I'm still going to be doing some general things, like I've got more plans for blues, and I'm definitely going to be looking at scales very soon as well. Over the years, I have always tried to improve my videos and the channel generally, and hopefully I have managed to achieve that. I look at my analytics or the data that comes with the channel, and I find it absolutely fascinating. To be honest, I actually look at some of the other ukulele YouTube channels as well, just to give myself an idea of where I am. But here are some interesting facts about Ukulele Wales. 75% of my viewers are over 40. Now then, as a school teacher, I am used to teaching children, but I've always tried to encourage everybody to play, and I am so happy to see that I am actually helping the older players, so that's brilliant. 76% of my viewers are male. Now, either I'm some kind of goddess on screen, or I suspect there are more men that play the bass. Come on, ladies. 50% of my viewers are from the UK and the US. That actually means that 50% of my viewers are from the rest of the world, which is brilliant. Weirdly, my favourite videos to make, which are the vlogs where I go away and these sort of rambles where I talk about all sorts of stuff, are the worst viewed videos. All right, but don't worry, I'm not going to stop making them because I really enjoy them. And they're different to what a lot of other people are making too. And the last fact, 25% of my views come from people who are subscribed. 75% of the views come from people who are not subscribed. So please, 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 if you do watch and you're not subscribed, click that subscribe. It makes a massive difference to the channel. Right, on to the ukulele festivals and events for 2025. And as I said, I have gone to quite a few of them this year. I love going to festivals and events, whether I'm performing, whether I'm doing a workshop, or whether I'm just going to enjoy it. And I have been to quite a few this summer. I'm not really going to talk about the individual festivals as such. I've done videos on everything, all right? This is more of a sort of overview of how I think the festivals are looking. So yeah, my festival year started quite early with the Bracklesham event. I'm now on the team of that. If you don't know about Bracklesham events, they run 3 different events. They're organised by Mandy and George of Ukulele, and basically it's a weekend where you are, I say stuck in a good way, stuck in a hotel with loads of other ukulele players. They get top class performers in and groups. There are workshops. There are loads of opportunities to play the ukulele. There are open mic sessions and things. Bracklesham weekends. Then we had the Cool Hand Ukes, which is my local group, which is run by Jude Randall, and we organised our own little festival to celebrate the fact that we were 10 years old last year. So yeah, that was a really nice little community festival with all the local groups taking part. Little bit bigger, but still in Wales, it was the Pembrokeshire Uke Weekender, which is run sort of by the Wales Ukulele Project, which is Sean Keddy, but he also has a committee that help organise it. It is a community-based festival, but it does have acts coming in as well, and that's on a farm down in beautiful Pembrokeshire in West Wales. As I said, there are videos for all of these. Go and check them out if you think, oh, I might fancy going to that next year. So we're into July. I went up to workshop to Duke Fest, which is the East Midlands ukulele project. Another cracking weekend. This one based in the town hall, but they did have a sort of campfire event in the local cricket club. Lots of us were staying on the campsite, which is in the town centre as well. Loads and loads of opportunities for playing over the weekend, and some top performers coming in as well with workshops. Another completely new one to me, but one I've been wanting to go to for years, was the Summer Strum up in Hoylake, just outside Liverpool. Completely different again. This one on a rugby club field over a weekend, and it really was community based. I don't think they had any sort of paid acts or anything coming in, but they had over 60 ukulele groups from the local area playing. There was a much younger age, all right, and that actually meant there was a lot of really good and different music. The one I think I was most looking forward to, especially because we got the new motorhome, was Shriekfest. Again, it's over a weekend, Thursday through to Monday. You can actually camp there. Everybody is on the same site, just about. Brilliant top class acts coming in to perform, loads of workshops, loads of play along sessions and things as well. Opportunities for local community groups to come along and play in the smaller stage as well. A really, really cracking weekend. And one that appeared quite late in the season for us. The Ukumaniacs were invited to play in Anarchy in the Garden. Now Anarchy in the Ukulele, the brilliant YouTube channel, they've done a couple of these now, and we couldn't make it last year. So yeah, it's rather an intimate gig. They had some absolutely top class performers, and they're encouraging new acts this year, hence why the Ukumaniacs are invited. Only about 50 or so in the audience, but wow, brilliant performances, brilliant workshops. Again, a fantastic, I'm not going to say weekend, but a fantastic day. And then just a few weeks ago, the MyStay Ukulele Club had their 10th anniversary ukulele festival, and it was in the MyStay Town Hall, a really nicely, newly refurbished venue. And again, a nice community-based day with lots of local clubs playing. There were plenty of ukulele festivals and events I didn't make it to. Some of them because they were a little bit too far. Some of them because they were new or I just didn't know about them. Ones I'm going to give a quick shout out to: Brave Uke up in Scotland and Findhorn Ukulele Festival up in Scotland. Maybe I might make it to one or two of those over the coming years. Monopoly, that's on my list. Again, that's going to take a little bit of planning to get to Italy. But please, if you know of ukulele festivals next year already, let me know in the comments so I can get them in the diary. So what are my thoughts on the current scene, the ukulele festivals and events? Pretty good, to be perfectly honest. Now, I've been going to ukulele festivals and events for probably maybe 7 or 8 years now, so I can't really go back that far. But from what I can see, certainly since COVID, there has been a lot of recovery. Obviously, that had an impact. There is an awful lot of work going in to organising festivals, and I've got to thank everybody who was involved at any point of helping to organise, whether you're just a volunteer or whether you're the main person. Okay, I get how much work goes into that, so thank you. I would certainly describe the scene as growing at the minute. A lot of these things that I went to were sold out. Whether it's thriving or not, I can't really say because I haven't got that many years experience of them to go back. But yes, I definitely think it's a positive thing with all the festivals. So for me, what I find are the good points of the festivals. I love staying on a site somewhere, whether it's outdoors in a field, whether it's on a farm, whether it's in a hotel. I really do like having that chance to be able to sit down and chat to people, which you don't often do if it's like a day event, or if you're sort of in and out of a town or a city. Getting to see so many incredible acts, groups, solo performers, new performances, I think that is one of my favourite things of going to different festivals. Actually seeing people in person, meeting up with old friends, meeting new people, making new friends, as much as it is great watching people's videos or sort of interacting online, actually seeing people in person. Having the opportunity to buy and see instruments. Some of the bigger festivals will have vendors there. Shrookfest Carla actually sponsored them this year, and there was a whole tent with different vendors in, including Carla. Summerstrum had Apollo Music, a local music shop there, selling lots of things as well. Bracklesham events, World of Ukes turns up with a load of ukuleles to sell, and they have a uke swap shop as well, so you can actually buy and sell second-hand ukes. And you would find smaller sellers as well at some of the festivals, which is just great to see, where you would never normally see what they are making or selling. Going to workshops and learning new things. Most of these events and festivals have workshops there. Really interesting. And getting to play with loads of other ukulele players. Yes, I know you often see me playing bass, but I love playing ukulele. So when there is a mass jam or a busking session, or there are hundreds of ukulele players playing, I'm always there. Okay, so some of the bad things that I have seen at events and festivals. There aren't many, mind, don't panic. I think most of the events and festivals were very, very well managed for sound. In other words, their stage management. And it is not easy, because one minute you could be having almost like a punk ukulele rock band, and then you've got a tiny little trio of acoustic. Anyway, generally I thought that was very good. There were one or two instances where I think there could have been a little bit more thought gone into the sound setup beforehand. I did actually mention this in a video or two. I think it is annoying when you're seeing the same faces getting up time and time again in different groups. I'm not talking about special guests where somebody has joined them for a one or two numbers, and I'm not talking about getting percussionists or bass players in to help out with groups. What I'm talking about is when you see 2 or 3 or 4 groups, and half of those people you've seen in the other groups as well. I just think give everybody a fair chance to perform. 1 or 2 venues could have had slightly better signage to help people find them. And something else I noticed as well, hearing the same songs over and over again. Now, obviously, I've been to a lot of different festivals, but when you're hearing the same songs over and over within a festival, maybe a little bit better management of sets for that. But again, this is something to do with age, I think. The older ukulele groups tend to have their sort of set songs that they do. Some of the ukulele groups that have got younger members will think a little bit more outside the box. But yeah, it did get annoying hearing certain songs. So, what are my thoughts for the future of ukulele festivals and events? Looking good. I know there are some cracking festivals already lined up for next year, 2026. I do think we need to be trying to encourage younger players. I'm not talking about children, I'm talking about adults. And you do see it in certain areas. Certainly, I'm guessing the bigger cities can get younger players in. But there's no harm in everybody just trying to encourage some younger ukulele community members. So maybe think about doing some newer songs. And we need to support all of these festivals, whether it's a big national one, whether it is a local community one. Okay, the grassroots are so important. It gives everybody the opportunity to play, but it's also really important to have this sort of top layer of performances going on as well. That is, there's a lot of people who are earning their living from doing this, but there's an awful lot of people who put so much time and effort, very often unpaid, into organising all of these ukulele events and festivals. So I do think it's so important we all try and support them as much as possible. But yeah, generally, I think they're looking pretty good, and I cannot wait for 2026 now. I do hope you have enjoyed this little ramble. If you would like to support me here on the channel, I have got a Patreon site, and I will pop a link in the description below for that. As always though, if you've got any comments or questions, please feel free, leave them below. Give us a like if you've enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos. Thank you for watching.